Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn about conditional statements in Python. That is, there are mainly three conditional statements. One is simple if, next one is if else, and another one is if else if ladder. Okay, so we'll see how to write this in Python one by one. Let's start. So, as you can see, I have some variable called as age here, and I am assigning value 55 to it. Okay. Just understand these operations, mathematical logical operations, which are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, is equal to. Okay. So now I am having 55 as a value assigned to the variable age. And if I execute this statement here, age is less than 20, it will return me false, right? Because 55 is not less than 20. 55 in fact it is greater than 20. That's why if I execute age less than 20, it will return me boolean false. It says that this condition is not correct, this is false. Now if I say age is greater than or equal to 40, it says true because 40 is less than 55, right? Here how it will check, age is having value 55, so 55 is greater than or equal to 40. It is greater than, right? That's why it will return me true. Now, if I say age less than 60, it will return me true because 55 is less than 60. That's why it is returning me true. Okay. Now, in order for any of the conditional statements in Python to execute, all we have to do is we have to give some condition after the conditional statements. Like if I say, let's say if age is greater than 18, okay, I'll just print eligible for voting. Okay, so if I just execute it, it will print me eligible for voting. Why? Because age is greater than 18, this statement will be evaluated to true, correct? Because age is having value 55, and if I execute age greater than 18, it will return me true. Once the condition returns me true, then only the set of statements which are part of this if statement will be executed. Okay, in this case the only statement within this conditional statement is print, which is printing eligible for voting. Okay, so in order for any of the lines existing within the if condition to be executed, we have to make sure that this condition returns true. If this condition returns false, the statements within the if block will not be executed. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Let's say if I say if age is less than 18, I'll execute this now. Print what I am printing, not eligible. Okay, if I execute it, it will print nothing. Okay, it did not print me anything. Why? Because age less than 18 will return me false. Okay, so since the evaluation of this conditional expression is false, whatever statements that is within the if block we have given will not be executed. Okay, so this is how we run any condition in Python, and this is a simple example of basic if statement. Now we'll see if else if later, or before to that we'll see if and else part. Okay, now I'll say if age is greater than 18, print eligible for voting, else print not eligible. Okay, now if I execute it, it will just print this particular part which is eligible for voting. Why? Because age is greater than 18, returning us true. Why it is returning true? Because age is having value 55. That's why it will return me true. And the statement within this if block is only one statement, that is print statement. So that particular statement will be executed and it is printing me eligible for voting. After this, it is coming out of if block and else is following this if block, right? So else is a separate block which says print not eligible, but we are not seeing this in our output. Why? Because we already executed this particular statement which is part of the if block. Since if block has been already executed as a result of this conditional statement being true, that's the reason we are not seeing this particular else block not getting executed. Okay, so it works like this. If the condition evaluates to true, okay, then whatever statements within that if block will be executed, all other statements in the else block will be ignored, they will not be executed. Okay, so this is how if else works. Now we will see how if else if ladder works. Let's say if I want to check multiple conditions, okay, let's say if I want to check if age is less than 20, that person can be called as a teenager. If age is between 20 and 40, that is greater than or equal to 20, and age is less than 40. If the age of that person falls within 20 and 40, then I can call that person as young. If age is greater than or equal to 40 and less than 60, I can call him as a middle-aged person. I'll just print mid-age. If it is none of these three conditions, that is not less than 20, not between 20 and 40, not between 40 and 60, which means it is greater than 60, right? I don't have to give that particular condition. I can simply say else. If none of the condition satisfies, if none of this condition satisfies, okay, then I have to execute whatever is present in this particular else block. Okay, so in this case, age is having value 55, right? So first it will check this particular condition. Is 55 less than 20? No. So this will evaluate to false. So it will check this condition. This particular print statement will not be executed. Now upon checking this condition, it will check age is greater than or equal to 20. Yes, 55 is greater than 20. This part will be true. True, and is age less than 40? No, right? 55 is not less than 40. So if you just execute this particular statement here, age greater than or equal to 20 and age less than 40, you will see it returns false, because this is a logical AND operation. In order for logical AND operation to return true, we need to have all the inputs to be evaluated to true. Okay, so here in this case it is returning false. So this part will also not be executed. It will go on to check the next if condition if available. Okay, that is if this condition satisfies. Let's see if this satisfies. If we just execute this particular condition and execute it, it returns me true. Why? Because age is having value 55. 55 is greater than 40. Okay, this is greater than or equal to okay. If either of the things satisfies, it will, this part will be evaluated to true. In this case, 55 is greater than 40 and 55 is less than 60, right? So this will also be returning us true. This part will also be returning true. True and true will be true. So this particular block will be evaluated to true. So I will see the output as mid-age. So if I just execute it, it will say mid-age. Okay. Now let's say if I just change value of age to 65. Okay. And if I just copy this block and execute it just for your convenience again, let's say I'm assigning 65 value to age variable. Now if I execute this, none of this condition satisfies, right? 65 is not less than 20, it is not between 20 and 40, it is not between 40 and 60 either, right? So it is greater than 60, right? So it will come to else part. Okay, so once it comes to else part, because why it comes to else part? Because none of these condition returned true. Okay, so it will come to else part and print me old age. If I execute it, it will print me old age. Okay, so in order for any set of statements within if or else block to be executed, whatever condition we are specifying as part of if or else if, that must be evaluated to true, boolean true. Okay, if that evaluates to true, then a set of statements which are part of if block will be executed, otherwise it will not be executed. Okay, so that's all about conditional statements in Python. Hope you guys learned something on this. If you guys have any questions, please post it in comment section. I'll try to get back to your questions. So happy learning. Bye bye.